How are you doing, and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to use a transistor as a switch. So we are going to look at the various stages of converting your transistor into a switch. Now, let's get started. What do we call a transistor? So in a very simple language, you can say transistors are electronic components that control larger currents with smaller ones. That is, we can use a smaller current to control a large amount of current by the use of a transistor. So they function as an amplifier, switch, and many other purposes. So we are going to center this tutorial on how to use a transistor as a switch. There is a class of electric components that divide as passive components and active components. So transistors belong to an active component. So these are the components that require external source of power for them to work. Okay, as you can see, these are the various models of how transistors are being built. So we can see that they come in different models and they are quite handy and they are very inexpensive to get. So you can get one at any electronics shop that is close to your side. Now, these are the schematics of transistors. These are the ways they are represented on circuit diagrams. You can see that we have two types of transistor. We have the NPN and the PNP. You can read further on this. You can see where the base, the collector, and the emitter have been specified. Whenever you see a circuit diagram and you choose to look at a transistor, please take a look at the arrow. You can see that the arrow is the one that is connected as the emitter. So some arrow points in and some arrow points out. So the one that points out, these are the NPN transistors, and the one that points in, and those are the PNP transistors. In this tutorial, we're going to use an NPN transistor, as you will later see in the demo. As the aim of this tutorial to illustrate how to use a transistor as a switch, we're going to be considering two circuits, the one on the left side and the one on the right side. So the one on the left side is when the switch is closed, that is, the transistor is being connected to the ground. No current or external source of power is passed through it. And the one on the right is when the power is being transferred to the base of the transistor. Now, from the two diagrams, we see that the middle pin of the transistor in the first diagram is connected to the 1K ohm resistor and then to the ground. It means that no power supply passes through the base. Therefore, there's not going to be a transfer of voltage from the collector to the emitter, which will then power the bulb. But in the second diagram, we see that 5 volts is being passed to the resistor and then to the base. So by this, there has been a power supply inside the transistor, which will then allow the transfer of voltage from the emitter to the collector, which will then power the LED. So, as I explained earlier, this is our component prototype. That is the circuit prototype. This is our transistor. And whenever we are holding a transistor with the flat side facing you in this type of transistor, which is a NPN transistor, the base is the middle one, that is the middle pin, while the one on the left hand side is the emitter, and we have the one on the right hand side at the collector. Now this is our 1K ohm resistor. These are 220 volt resist 220 ohm resistor. These are the wires and this is the LED. Now I'm going to demonstrate the use of a transistor as a switch. That is, if we connect a phode, that means if there's a voltage that passes through the base, it's going to serve as a switch. That means it will allow voltage to flow from the collector to the emitter. But if no current, that is no voltage flows through the base, there's not going to be transfer of voltage from the collector to the emitter. Now, let's play our transistor on the board. Now, as you can see from the circuit diagram, we are going to exactly follow the circuit diagram. Now, from the base, which is the middle one, it goes to the 1k ohm resistor. Then from the emitter, it goes to the 220 volts. 20 ohm resistor, which then goes to the LED. Make sure that the positive side of the LED is connected to the resistor. So we are going to connect the base of the transistor to the ground, that is the negative side, and also the negative side of the LED to the negative side, which is the ground. So through this, there's not going to be a flow of voltage from the collector to the emitter. So we are going to connect the collector to the foot. So let me bring that out. It's just that exactly. Now, let's have a common ground for our base and our LED. I'm going to bring the ground out here to a side here, and also from the LED, I pick a ground and I bring it out. So by this, we are having the same ground in our circuit. So we are going to connect our negative side here and our positive side to this place. See, we see that from this, the LED did not flash it. So that means there's no transfer of voltage from the positive side to negative side, because the base is being connected also to the negative side, that is the ground. Now, if I change the base and bring it here, you see that there's going to be a flow of voltage from the collector to the emitter. This is our base. If I change it and make it here, now let's check this out. We're going to see that the LED flashes. You will see that the LED flashes. So this is just a simple prototype to use a transistor as a switch. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial. Wow, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next tutorial.